Carabao Cup action today. We're at the third round stage. Some big names involved. Arsenal beating Forest by 4-0. City, meanwhile, defending champions. Comfortable win away against Preston. However, the big storyline, 0-0 between Colchester United and Spurs after 90 minutes. Then the fourth-tier side beating Mauricio Pochettino's team on penalties. Big deal or not?
No. Listen, it's the Carabao Cup, and as far as big clubs go in the Premier League, this is a competition that I think they couldn't care any less about.
But Eriksen, Son, Lamela all came on in the second half, so it shows they do care, surely.
No.
If not,
if they did care that much, then start them.
What, because you're hoping you're up? You're up against a completely inferior team.
The Carabao Cup to a club like Spurs means absolutely nothing.
Why are you bringing on big players in the second half?
You give them a run out.
Oh, give them a run out, Shaq. You're trying to win the game.
If you're that desperate to win the game, then start them.
But surely you would think with the people that he had, it was quality enough to win it.
Listen.
That's why he's panicking at the end.
As a club at the top end, the very top end of the Premier League, the Carabao Cup means absolutely nothing.
One thing, no, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I've never been one for having the second cup competition. I just think it's too much, but it's there. If you're Liverpool and Man City, and maybe even Chelsea, who have got a thin squad because of the transfer ban, are in the Champions League, then you might be going. But particularly the first two, Liverpool and City, it's not a big deal. But it's a slightly bigger deal when you're a club that's not winning any trophies and you're a club that's embroiled in a bit of a downturn and it hasn't started the season well, and there's still talk about the manager and contracts and potentially going somewhere else, and there's still talk about, you know, a little bit of unrest in there with certain players, particularly Eriksen wanting to leave, Vertonghen maybe wants to leave, Harry Kane maybe he's going to be a little bit unsettled if this continues. So when you put all that in, and the fact that they've been on a bad run since, league-wise anyway, since the end of last year. They had a great run in the Champions League, but they've lost almost half their games since February. You put all that in the boiling pot.
I understand that, but you make changes, so, you know, winning at Colchester is not going to affect your momentum because the team is that changed. And as much as there are a number of players within your dressing room that are unsettled, winning the Carabao Cup is not going to change anybody's mind as far as their future is concerned.
Bad results breed bad results, and good results breed good results by momentum and confidence. I mean, I've always believed in that. And when you get yourself in a little bit of a rut, and then you go down to Colchester with these players, and that tells me, as well as Colchester might have played and defended, and I'm sure they did, with that squad of players, that tells me that they kind of thought, it's probably just about turning up tonight and rolling these guys over and get back to London. It didn't happen.
Jules, big deal or not?
I think it is. I think it's an embarrassing defeat. I really do. And I don't think Pochettino would be happy by losing at Colchester in the first round of the Carabao Cup, and neither the fans. I mean, fans travelled to that game. They cared about that game. I think, you know, the club surely cares about any competition that they're entering. They enter every competition to win it at the end of the season. Whether that's the Champions League, the Premier League, the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, I think it's, you know, they go into those games to win them. And for me, losing at Colchester after already losing against Leicester and then drawing against Olympiacos in Germany, that's 3 games without a win. You know, this is not acceptable. They haven't been playing well at all. Something is going wrong there at the club. Apart from an hour against Crystal Palace and maybe half an hour against Arsenal, the rest of the games, they've been really poor, and there's clearly something not going right there, whether that's Pochettino, the players, whoever. But surely a win tonight would have eased a lot of the problems and a lot of the pressure that they will feel now even bigger for the game at the weekend in the Premier League.
But they're not hardly exactly building a new trophy cabinet, are they?
No.
You know what I mean? It's not as if they're stacking it full. And I'm not saying it's the most important thing to do, but, you know, from supporters' point, and even a player's perspective, what are you laughing at? It's nice to have some at the end of. It's nice to have some at the end of the year or whenever the final is. They
win the Carabao Cup. We're not going to change how we feel about Spurs and their
Colchester United.
Yeah, well,
I think more importantly, they've got 3 league games coming up that should be winnable.
Yeah,
I think it might. I say should. It should be. I think Southampton, Brighton, and I can't remember the other, but it's Watford. 2 of those are at home. Only the Brighton game's away. They've got Bayern Munich at home as well, and then they go to Liverpool.
Yep. Shaka, what were you trying to say to me? Did I say Arsenal 1-3 now?
No, you said 4, but it was 5.
It was 5-0. There you go. Thank you. Important things.
I saw him holding a bit of paper
I know.
up to
He
you.
was
I
trying
had to check. I was like, what?
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.